Hello, everyone. This is Henny Espinosa with Justice Foundation. Today, we are joined by Nikki Pacheco, the president of the American Canyon Little League. It's a community baseball softball program operated by local volunteers, and they're dedicated to giving children a fun and engaging sports environment. Thanks for joining us in Justice Foundation, Nikki.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited. Thank you.
Of course. So, Nikki, I understand that baseball is really a passion for your family. In fact, your daughter, your 12-year-old daughter, Ari, has played all star with boys in the last 3 years. Tell us how she first got her training in T ball when she was only 6 years old with the American Canyon Little League. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I grew up playing baseball my whole life. So I loved it, and I still love watching games. And we were new to American Canyon and really wanted to get a part of the community. And so we signed her up for T-ball, and she just fell in love with it. It was
Mhm.
so much fun. And this was before I became president. Um, her coaches were fantastic, and she just gave 100% and just really enjoyed being out there. And really, we learned that it was just all a big family, and it
Mhm.
kept us coming back more and more. And I have two other kids that are playing right now too, so
Wow.
they're enjoying being out there as well.
Wow. Wow. How did she grow under the program of the American Canyon Little League? From
I
T-ball,
think,
let's go through her kind of to where she's at now.
yeah, so she started out playing t-ball, and her coach Rob Hall, which is actually, he's been the president of the Little League before, and he's been a coach for many, many, many years. Was her coach in t-ball, and he was like, dude, she has the dedication, like keep pushing
Mm,
her forward, and really kept pushing her to play and teaching her all the skills that and the mechanics that she needed. Right, she was pretty dang green. And so she went from t-ball, and then usually we have an extra level that's rookies, but she went straight from t-ball to farm, and she really just excelled from there. Like, she was a quick learner and really had that drive to play. And
mm,
so it was great to see all the coaching out there and just really, honing in on her skills and really pushing her to be better, and really didn't hold her back, right? Nobody's really said like, well, you should be in softball. Now,
mm,
softball's great, and I think it's a great league, and she just never really wanted to go that way. And so it's great that there was no judgment of like, you're a girl playing baseball.
yeah.
They were just like, have fun, and we'll teach you whatever you want to know, and let's do this. And it's been really good for her. And so she's played in farm, she went into minors and majors, and this year she'll be playing intermediate with baseball. So when
Wow.
she come in season, yeah.
How do you feel when you see her compete? In basically with boys, she's in an all-star with boys. How do you feel? How do you feel when you see that? And how has that impacted her as well
I mean,
to be
I
able
think
to do
it's
that?
I think it's an overwhelming sense of being proud of her that she's having fun and she's competing, and she can hang, right? Like,
Mm,
in a general sense, boys are stronger than girls in most general sense, right? And she's out there and she's competing, and out of all the boys that we have out there, that she becomes part of the top 10, and she's part
mhm,
of the top out there. And it's really cool to see, and that she just loves it so much, right?
mhm,
And she's happy, and really,
mhm,
in the end, that's what matters, that she's happy, she's enjoying it, and
mhm,
she's pushing herself and striving to be out there to continue to compete.
mhm, mhm. What life lessons do you think has she learned by being part of the Little League? Besides, of course, the skills that she has on the field, off the field, what do you think? What kind of values and characteristics has she developed by being part of it?
Discipline is one, right? Like, if you're going to dedicate yourself to something, and you can apply that to school and anything else, that you give 100%. And if you say that you're in, then to be all in. And
Mhm,
also just to be humble, right? Like,
mhm,
don't come out thinking that you're just better than everybody else, that you're learning that you need to work for what you want and push yourself to get to that level. And I think that she takes that in her school, right? It's so funny because she's definitely that kid that's like, Mom, I have a B plus, but don't worry, I'll change it to an A, like, I'll get there. And she's just always striving to be
yeah.
better and doesn't want to to fail, but also knows that failing is learning, and that,
Mhm.
that's how it's going to teach you to be better next time.
Wow, wow. So let's talk about the American Canyon Little League. Tell us about the history, how it was founded, and I understand you guys celebrated a milestone, right? Or celebrating a milestone. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so last year we celebrated 50 years of American Canyon Little League. So it was Mare Island, like West Vallejo, Mare Island, when these were built. And then American Canyon kind of took that stuff over. And it's really cool. So we actually have a board member um, that is here this year, and his dad was part of like the original people who built these fields. So like made this all happen, which is so cool. And last year when we did this, the ceremony, it was like opening day ceremony, and we brought in people, and it was so cool. Joe Shipman, he, like I said, his dad was a part of this. It was just, it made me tear up of just how cool it was
Mm-hmm.
for him to feel that and know that
Mm-hmm.
his dad was a part of this, and he got to be a part of the 50 years and really enjoy all that. And his grandkids are here as well. Like American Canyon really is just about the kids. Like we really want it to be the community, and we come in and we want to teach these kids life lessons on the field and off the field,
Mm-hmm.
and really help them grow
Mm-hmm.
as kids, as humans, but also as athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And we work really closely with the high school as well, and they have their own baseball program, and we want to grow those kids to be able to play ball if that's the what they choose to play after American Canyon Little League, right? Not everybody, baseball isn't for everybody, or softball isn't for everybody, but they come out, they try it if they like it, or if they don't, but at least they're going to take those lessons and go into other sports and be like, hey, I was taught, like, if I'm coming in this, I'm in it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And really push that forward. And it's exciting for us to be a part of this community for so long, and still pushing this forward,
Mm-hmm.
and this season, like, we're doing a lot of things to kind of upgrade the fields and make them better for the kids and future players moving forward, so they know
Mm-hmm.
that we're about you guys, and this is what your registration does and how we make all these things happen.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about its programs, the goals and the mission of the organization, and how, how that has been carried on through the years.
Yeah, so I mean, our goal really is just to be about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, yes, it's great to win, and we want to teach the kids to be competitive, but we also want them to have fun. You
Mm.
know, I may be the president, but I've also coached many years as well myself.
Wow.
Like I coach a lot of the teams, and or I'll assistant coach or help out wherever I can. And I really enjoy, coaching the T-ballers and the rookies and the farm kids as the younger side, because that's where you're really going to get them to love the game or hate the game.
Mm.
And it's really important to make it fun and not about just winning, but
Mm-hmm.
also teaching them in a fun way. And that's really, like, as a board, and how we work together to try and make sure that we choose the right coaches, and we create the right plans for these kids to really learn and have some fun, and try
Mm-hmm.
and keep them retained as baseball players, but also keep it open to help them in any other sport that they play. Like I do coaching in soccer, and do a lot of the other things in the community as well. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really cool that we really push those things forward with the kids, and
Mm-hmm.
teach them those goals.
Mm-hmm. So what finally prodded you to take on the leadership, Nikki?
Um, you know, I think, like, for me, I am the type of person that I will give the shirt off my back
Mm.
to any kid. And Um, I think that being out here as the president, and it's not all glamorous, and I think you have to have a very thick skin, because not everybody's going to like you, and may not agree with your choices, but I know that I'm going to be able to stand ground and push things forward specifically for the kids, and keep that ego out of it, because I don't have one in that aspect of
Mm-hmm.
sense. Um, but at the same time, like, there was, there was help needed, and I kind of
Mhm.
just stepped in where help was needed and really learned all aspects of the league,
Mhm.
and really just wanted to help any way that I can. And so I kind of grew into this position,
Mhm.
and I don't think I'd be able to do it without all of the board members, though. Like, it is
Mhm.
not a single me anything. Like, I may be sitting here in the president position, but that doesn't mean that um, I'm doing everything. It's the whole board, and I'm so thankful for all the volunteers and all the board members that we have to make
Mhm.
just this league happen.
Mhm. Tell us how the volunteers have really become the backbone of the group, of the organization.
I mean, if we didn't have volunteers, we wouldn't have an organization. So
Mhm.
none of us get paid. So every single thing that happens is done on volunteer time. So
Mhm.
we have a board of about 22 people, and each one of us have our own responsibilities. But also, parents come in and they help coach, they help run our canteen, they help umpire. There's all sorts of things that happen. And if it weren't for those parents and our board members, like, we would not be able to run this league. It is
Mhm.
so many things that need to be done to take care of preseason. I think a lot of us, like, I feel like I have a part-time job right now, just trying to get the season ready for February once we get started, right?
Mhm.
And we're having board meetings every week, and we're asking parents for help already. And I'm super thankful for everybody who comes and be as a part of this community and really just jumps right in, like,
Mhm.
all hands on deck, like, let's do this. And that's why I just really love baseball season, and being out there and just really get to stand there sometimes and look around and just be like, this is such an
Mhm.
amazing atmosphere with all the parents and everybody who's out there helping, and hearing the kids and hearing the bat hit the ball. And it just, I don't know, like, it's one of my happy places, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, seeing like you were saying that you have a board member now whose father helped build the field, and then it's just being part of history and being part of this family that just keeps growing. Uh, how do you feel, being in the leadership and being able to accomplish all of this? What are your plans with the community's continued help for you?
Well, this season, we have a lot of initiatives being put in place. So we just worked with the city, and we're re-signing a 5-year lease for these fields. So
Mm.
and then we're doing some upgrades. So switching out the grass and kind of leveling everything out, redoing all the dirt, fixing the fences. And the city has graciously helped to fix the blacktop as well. And so we really just, want to make it more of a community basis and let more people know that this is what's happening. Just a couple weeks ago, we partnered with MLB, and we threw a clinic at our facility, and it was amazing. We had 135, almost 140 kids come out. Tyson Ross, who is a former MLB player, came out, brought a bunch of coaches, D1 players, collegiate players, and really just brought it to the community and was teaching kids how to throw, hit, doing all kinds of drills, infield, outfield, running. And that's really what we want, to bring more things like that to the community, and have them know that we're doing our best to make
Mhm.
everything happen for them. And it's important to us that the kids have a safe and a really cool place to be at,
Yeah,
and have those opportunities that most kids really just don't have.
yeah. And season starts in February, right?
Yeah, I mean, in all aspects, like, we start tryouts probably in January, and then
Mhm.
opening day is set for March 9th.
Oh,
So that's when
wow.
the season officially starts, but there'll be practices and kids out on the
Yeah.
field. So we're trying to get all those upgrades done before then, and we'll see how quickly I can make it happen.
So the season really what is from March to what month of the year?
So the season starts in March and usually ends right at the end of May, early June, and that's like the regular season. And then there's tournament play, so we have All Stars that happens right after that, and so there's and tournament TOCs. So the winners from the regular
Yeah.
season usually go into TOCs, and then right after that we have All Stars. So really, baseball season doesn't end until like mid July,
Yeah.
mid to end of July normally. And then I think by that time we're all like, whew, that was a whirlwind. Like, we made it.
Yeah.
Yay. You know?
But the work continues, obviously, Nikki, right? Because you have to prepare for the next season. Like for example, now you're doing all this work, so the work never stops, really.
No, and then I think, we do fall ball too, so we'll have like a fall season as well. So as soon as spring season's over, all stars over, maybe get like a 2-week breather, and then we get right back at it and do more clinic styles, teaching the kids the mechanics and prepare them for the spring season where it's the more competitive side of things. But yeah, the work never stops, and that's okay, because again, in the end, it's about the kids, and that's really what AC's about. Is we want to make sure that these kids have a safe place and a fun place to go, and have that extracurricular in a way that makes them happy.
And also to be able to have this space where they can actually really realize their dreams. I mean, I'm sure some of the kids that have gone through the programs have gone on to big things in the sport. I mean, how do you feel that you're helping them achieve those dreams?
We know, like I said, we're really close with the high school, and I would say that most of those kids that are on the high school team played in Little League and are still pushing themselves forward and doing amazing things. And it's really cool to see them in college, or you see things happen, like, oh, they're being scouted by college, or they just got accepted here with a full ride scholarship. And you're thinking, like, that's crazy. Like, I saw that kid when he played in minors or in majors or t-ball, and it's just a really cool feeling that this is where they started, and knowing that we have a cool enough facility and a place that makes the kids excited about continuing to play ball, and when they leave, they're still playing in high school and they're still playing in college, and they know where their roots are and where it came from, and that as a league, that we know that we were a part of that. And I just think that's really cool for us.
Wow. So for us at Just Wish Foundation, Nikki, we're just excited that we're able to do this for you guys, help support you guys with the donation. Mr. Jack Wu, our founder, really values sports and how it impacts children and young adults, and how it really develops the characteristics that they need to be successful, not just in the present, but especially in the future. So we're just excited to partner with you guys and support you guys, and really see more dreams come true, and more power to you guys and what you guys do in American Canyon and beyond.
Yeah, and we're so thankful as well. I mean, donations and all that is really what kind of helps push us forward and able to make the repairs and get new things for the kids. Equipment, just everything. So it's so appreciated by us, and we would also really love for you guys to come out for our opening day.
That'd be great.
Join us, and really kind of see what this community is all about. I mean, we'd love to have you a part of it and be a special guest for us. It's such a huge donation for us, and it's so much appreciated, and we'd really love to bring you guys out there and show you how much it's appreciated.
Can't wait to see you guys on the field. Thanks so much, Nikki.
Thank you.
All right, talk soon.